gonna clickbait the non-regular viewers. You guys will all be in on the joke, but the first-time viewers are gonna kind of get tricked into watching something that might help them. It's like tricking a kid to eat his vegetables. I think I want to title this "How to Date a Thai Girl Online" or something like that. I'll make it something a little bit sexy and provocative, maybe. Maybe I'll see if I get a picture of me and Fawn. I'll use one of the photos of me and Fawn or something. She photographs. She's very photogenic, as you can see. Number one point of how to date and find a beautiful Thai lady online is don't go online to date a Thai lady. Don't do that. And that's true. The first thing you should do for online dating is just not do it. That would be your best move. And we're going to talk about, and I'm going to tell you what little that I know and what I've learned and what everyone's told me here. So some good facts for noobs and for people just thinking of doing this for the first time, but that I think will be very helpful. But the best thing would be to just have some self-confidence, work on yourself. I'm not joking. This is what I did. Get in some therapy, work on yourself, do yourself, spend some time at your church or your wherever it is you go get your head straight, and hopefully not the corner pub, and work on yourself, and then come here as the best self that you can get here. That's what I attempted to do, and then from here I've just been trying to grow as much as I can, whatever my capabilities are. Whatever trajectory I was put on at birth, I can modify that and take that to the highest altitude possible that I'm able, and that's all that. So I would encourage guys to do that. I would work on yourself, because the better you is going to attract a better lady. You're going to attract a better life. You're going to attract better friends. You're just going to get along better with your neighbors. You're just going to be involved in better habits. You're going to spend more time at a gym or taking walks or touring versus sitting on a bar stool somewhere. Just, all that stuff. Anyhow, having said that, so step one, don't date online, but let's say you're committed to dating online. And I get it. There is a logic, and I'll go through that. The second most important point is if you're going to do that, okay. And it is nice to maybe warm things up a bit here in Thailand while you're there, wherever your home country is, and you've got maybe a couple of ladies kind of looking forward to meeting you, okay. In that case, I wouldn't go too early. Many guys go too early, and by too early I mean 4 years. And I'm not making this up. This has happened. This is not uncommon. This is not uncommon. So don't say, oh, Rob, this is some crazy. No, this happens every day here. Don't date online for 4 years. Don't date online for 4 months. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Again, there's Thailand is a poor country. I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but it's a fact. It's a poor country, and I'm not insulting anybody. Fun would say. She told me it's a poor country. Okay, and we're generally much wealthier. Affection is somewhat monetized here, a little bit more overtly than in the West. Is it monetized more than in the West? I'm not sure. I'm not sure it is. It's around the same level, in my opinion, but it's more overt, and the people are so poor. There are people willing to take shortcuts, and it's a male-dominated culture, so the women end up with a lot of pressure on them, and if, this is really unfortunate. A lady who chooses to be a good Isan lady, a good traditional Thai lady, ends up kind of effing herself in terms of how much money she's going to have, how much freedom she has, all her obligations, how hard she's going to work, and what she's going to get for it. It's really unfair. It's really, really unfortunate. The world should be a whole better place, but it's not. A lady women are, you could look at it as they are somewhat financially incentivized to be black-hearted, Jaidam. You could look at that, but you would not be wrong to think that, because that observation has absolutely crossed my mind, and I've talked with Fawn about it innumerable times, and Devo and other people who know this culture way better than I ever will, and that's true. It's just true. And so these ladies then will where are they going to find us? Where are they want to skip that step and skip this burden of taking care of their man who's going to maybe ignore them. And I'm giving a negative example here. I'm not saying bad things about the Thai guys. Okay, that isn't the point. But so you go to date online. It is risky. So you if you want to date and get to know and flirt with some ladies and have a little fun, okay, fine. Keep it to 6 weeks. I wouldn't go more than 4 to 6 weeks, and that's on the high end. I think you could do a lot of good in 3 weeks. That's up to you. but I wouldn't, I would say 3, 6 on the very outside. Because what happens is these ladies that want to get ahead, kind of socially, financially, climb, elevate themselves, and again, they're under a lot of pressure to provide for their parents. They're the ones the parents expect to support them. The sons have no obligation to support the parents, and typically do not. Okay, so if they want to support their parents, this could start off as a good lady trying to do good, and this whole thing just devolves so quickly. They end up as a bar girl, and essentially then, which is a prostitute. But I think some of this starts with good intentions. Not all of it. I am not saying all of it, because some of these people are really bad. I've met them. They're really bad people. Really good friend of mine. So so dating online is super dangerous. One, keep the time short, because the longer you're online, the more the scammers are going to find you, and they're going to find you before the good SN ladies. Look at the last video right before this. Your good SN ladies are shy. They're quiet. They're obligated to high heavens. They work from 5. They're busy working, cleaning the house, doing laundry, ironing, making the bed, cooking food, making sure everyone looks a certain way. Fun looks at my clothes, lays my clothes out for me every day. So is Davo's wife. Okay, that's common here. Okay, and they work until. Fun works every night until 10 o'clock at night. I see her. She set up a rule in the house where she takes a break. We both take a break. No making YouTube videos or reading a book for me, and she doesn't do any of her work for an hour every night, and we talk and chat. And it's sweet that she did that, and I enjoy it. And we've been kind of meshing, as you can see, meshing a little better, and we're sorting out our lives together, which is nice. So they're very busy, and they really can't get online as aggressively and as much. They can't commit the mass hours that scammers can, because the scammers, they don't work. Your black-hearted ladies, they don't work. They feed off of guys giving them money for whatever it is the girl's providing that makes the man want to give them money. You can figure that out on your own, I suppose. But they make a living doing that. Okay, so whether it's just tricking and dating and being a gold digger, or it's out and out prostitution, for fee, but that's not uncommon here at all. Not uncommon in the slightest. So, 1, don't do it. 2, if you're going to do it for a short time period. Okay? Now, what can you do? 1, first rule is here. Shave. When you take your pictures, shave. You're probably older like I am. So, don't take all your pictures away at night when you're tired, your eyes are tired, your big, fat, old, droopy face is tired, because you look different at night versus in the morning when you get older. Okay? So, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, do your photos, okay? Look good. Get your hair colored, get your hair cut. Look at the tie style. It's short. I'm due for a haircut, Fun, since my hair is getting too long on the sides. I was about to say something. And so I think we're taking me to get a haircut. I'm like a pet. We're taking me to get a haircut today, okay? Real short on the sides, it's a style. You do the top however you want. But real short on the sides is the style. Otherwise, you need to have a really good reason why you're not doing that. Get some new glasses. These work for me. Fawn likes them. She thought they looked good, so okay, whatever. You get the little round John Lennon one, whatever looks matches your face. Get nice glasses. Get a couple of decent shirts. No t-shirt photos. No tank top muscle shirt photos, unless you really are a muscle guy. Unless you really are, and I mean really, not sort of. I mean really, like at least where I'm at, if not more. I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do it. I would put myself at the bare minimum of that, and I'm pretty freaking fit. Okay, so sorry for the brag, but whatever. What else? It's better if you're here and take your photos here, and so as soon as you get here, redo your photos. But if you're at your home country, then have a friend, someone who knows a little bit about art or photography or balancing a photo, because there is actually a thing to that. Okay. And have them help you with planning a couple of nice photos, and then write a profile, short and sweet, because they won't read a whole lot. They'll read a little. I wrote a lengthier profile, and Fawn actually read it. It was really sweet. We found each other online. She said she read my profile every day, looked at it every day, read it again every day. And it was, I think, a week and a half or something like that, until she worked up the nerve to say hi to me or something. I don't remember if I said hi to her first, because I saw her profile too, and I'd saved it in one of the ones I was interested in. I had to do like a spreadsheet type sorting because I got bombarded, because you will. That isn't bragging how great I was or anything. We all will. You will get bombarded because you're the target. If you didn't know that, the little red thing at the middle of the bullseye, yeah, that's you. Anyway, so nice clothes, looking good, shaved. Yeah, no hair sticking out of various holes of your body. No giant oatmeal salesman eyebrows halfway up your forehead that you combed them or something, for crying out loud. Don't comb them, cut them. Eyebrows dyed, hair dyed. Only people here with white or gray hair are generally over 75 or 80, or clergy or politicians. And seriously, that is literally it. I'm not doing that. Is literally it. When I see somebody with gray hair, even a guy with gray temples, it's like it catches your attention here. It's so rare. It's so rare. That gives you an idea of how important appearances are here. Your physical appearance is extremely important here. And if you want to date at all, and you want people not just thinking of you for your wallet, because you say you're a Canadian or an American or an Australian, they're thinking, you say country, they see wealthy. They already know that. They got that one. Believe me, they got that. They see that you look something like me. They already know you're wealthy. You don't need to say that. Now they need to see that you're not a slob. So maybe you can attract somebody who's actually interested in you and not someone who only wants your money. Okay? That's why it's so important. It's oh, Rob, I don't need to doll myself up, because you do. Otherwise, you're only a wallet. And if that's what you want, and some guys just want that, and that's up to you. That's you're an adult, make your own decisions. You don't need my video then, Let's see, what else for dating online? Don't reveal too much about yourself. Don't talk about money. I wouldn't, just as a general security precaution, wouldn't say the day and precisely where you're landing. Flights, numbers, and stuff like that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. You can meet the wrong people. That does happen here. There is a not insignificant foreign man death rate here of perfectly healthy guys dropping dead in their hotel rooms, or at the bottom of their hotel rooms on the sidewalk from where they quote unquote maybe jumped, but they emptied their pockets first and emptied all their possessions out of their room first and then jumped, which is an interesting trick if you think about it. So I think there are some issues. Those are rare. Those are rare in general, but in Thailand it's not as rare as you'd think. How else to say it? But it is something you don't want. It's not rare if it happens to you, so don't do that. I would be very careful if someone is too polished, and man, it's so hard. They're so good. The scammers are so good because they study us and they have experience, and you're coming here for the first time. You don't have any experience, so you're really outmatched. You need to go into the mindset that you are really outgunned and you are the underdog. You're thinking, oh, I'm the big first world guy. I got an education. That little bar girl from the village is going to, pan fry you 8 ways from Sunday. And not even break a sweat doing it. And I'm being very serious. They'll really run you around. They get a script. Some of them get a script. Some of them just get information shared through the gossip network, which is really significant here. The Thai ladies are extremely close and tight and loyal to each other. We have like a bro code. They got something about a factor of 10 tighter than that here for the Thai women. It's amazing that Fawn will break that and tell me stuff, because most guys don't get that. I know from talking to their Thai. I know a lot of guys, I don't know the guy that well, or just barely in passing, but I might know his wife fairly well because she talks to Fawn and Fawn tells me stuff. Or I'm with Fawn a lot throughout the day. If she meets that lady somewhere and they have a tea or something and I'm just sitting there, I can hear, okay? I can hear Thai, and my vocabulary is still small. I'm like I speak at probably a level of a 6-year-old, and I can probably hear at the level like a 7-year-old, which is a big difference. And then, or Fawn might clue me in later because I am trying to learn, and she'll tell me stuff. And man, there's some crazy stuff happening here. You do need to be careful. Anyway, so I distract myself, but dating online. Figure out what you want first. Think about what you really want. Not what you think you want, what you really want. And this is what we used to tell a job I had a long time, my first job out of college. high-end construction company, boutique, high-end construction company for mega wealthy, ridiculously wealthy people doing ridiculously stupid big houses. But they were interesting and they were technically interesting, and I learned a ton. That was my PhD in construction. I always think of it that way. I was the punk kid fresh out of college, and everybody there was the master of their domain. I mean, the very, very best at what they did. It really was true. From there, everyone went on. When that company ended, everybody went on to greatness. I mean, further greatness, I should say. Anyway, so we would ask people, because these big masters of the universe would come in, I want my house this, I want that, and I want, really? So you're an architect. You just put the bathroom in the front of the house. You know, you want that? You know, we had to say it a little nicer than that to these people. You know, you let it be their idea most of the time. But you get the idea. People who came in more humble and knew they didn't know, knew they were a brilliant heart surgeon, a lot of those, knew they were, you know, a very successful entrepreneur and owned 15 factories in 5 states, a lot of those. They could let our team design it. You know, they ended up far better off, and so will you. So think about what you really want. Everybody, we all started off, as did I, thinking they want this bar girl looking, you know, a modern looking girl. Those, I'm just going to say almost never, because you never say never. Almost never are very nice people. In this culture, this is a conservative, the pataya and the stuff you see on the internet, 180 degrees opposite of that is the actual real Thai culture, okay? So they don't run around squirting water on tourists, rubbing oil on them in public, and with bright yellow painted fingernails or lime green painted fingernails and tattoos over half their body, wearing thongs under a mini skirt that goes halfway down their hips and shows half of their ass, okay? That's not like the native condition for Thai women. You know, if you came here 50 years ago, they weren't all running around like that in the woods, okay? That isn't like a normal state. So you're asking for a lot of trouble. If that's your type, okay, but man, oh man, are there JD nice girls that look like that? Actually, there are. And I'm surprised to even answer and say that, because I happen to know a couple, and there are. I think they're 1% of the population at the most. You're going to have a very hard time finding them, and you better be damn good looking. You better have a hell of a personality on you. You better have a few bucks hanging out of your pocket, too. And you better speak some Thai. They're not going to waste their time with an ignorant foreigner coming here, you know, they're not going to waste their time with that guy. Not that lady. Not that lady that's actually smoking hot and has her head on her shoulders. And good luck. You better be something special, pal. Anyways, now for the rest of us, for mere mortals. No, it's a terrible idea. And I'm picking on myself. A lot of us guys tend to think we want that because you've been in maybe an unfulfilling long-term relationship in the West. You paid through the nose and you got very little back, and now hey, it's payday. You want something for you. That girl is not really there for you. She's there for her and to give money to her mom. And you're just a tool. And that's a double entendre at that point. So if you're here for like a long-term relationship, looking at your future health that might be declining, most guys that come here have health issues already. That's just what I see when I go to an expat bar, which is about once a month or two these days. I just don't do it. And I have a really good friend that owns a bar, and I always mean to get there, and I like talking with him, but I just don't tend to make it. You see that, unfortunately, which is a bummer. But no, most guys, I see them and they're limping. They've got issues. They don't move real well. There's problems. Their hands all effed up. Whatever. They all got. So you might want someone that's more caring. So if you want an actual, real good Isan lady, look at the photos. They don't. This guy shows me, and he's in love with this lady. She's dressed modern as hell. She's obviously a bar girl or former bar girl. I mean, it's obvious. He's showing me, flicking through his phone, showing me, oh, what a nice, sweet girl she is. She lives in the village. I'm like, what village? Where is this village? Pattaya? Is the village of Pattaya? Anyway, and she's posed in a little bikini. She's got the figure. I'll give her credit. She's pretty, and she's in a tiny, tiny bikini. All these sexy shots on the beach and stuff, and this is her dating profile. What's she selling? Like, gee, I can't wonder what it is she's selling. Yeah, he was getting screwed, royally screwed over. He's probably broke by now. So it was just so negative. I was thankful I never ran into that guy again because it was really, I just felt bad for him. I just felt he was just leading himself down the path of he's going to be 5 years from now just absolutely heartbroken and miserable and broke. Anyways, you see that a lot here. So that's not a normal thing. When I look at, Fawn and her profile, I wish I saved some of those pictures. It was her with her family. It was her with some friends going somewhere having fun. But they're all fully clothed, you know. I mean, and they're conservative type clothes. Some of them were Western clothes, t-shirts and jeans and a jacket over the top or whatever. And some were more traditional type clothes. And if you see Fawn on her daily basis, she's wearing village traditional Thai stuff. And her friends, her nice friends who would make very good wives, all are dressing in the same way. They wear modern stuff sometimes, but not sexy stuff. I've never seen, I've seen Fawn in some slightly sexy clothes. We've gone on vacation, it's just us. If her parents go with us, she won't wear them, and that's fine by me. That's okay. I don't want to. I could ask her and push, and she probably would, but I don't want to do that. That's cute. That's fine. But outside of the handful of times in private, whatever, somewhere far away from home, she wears something. And I only mean a little bit, like not like nothing sexy that you'd think of as really all that sexy. She never wears that, and I've never seen any of her friends like that. And she's got some really pretty friends. I mean, they're very pretty. But you only see them in full covering, respectful clothes. So if the lady, so I would avoid the bar girl stuff because, man, they really don't love you. Most of them are just career scammers. They really are. So I would avoid that. And then if you do those top couple of things, you're ahead of at least 95% of all the guys out there, and you only had to follow 5 or 6 rules. So there you go. Good luck.
And cue the bonus footage.
There, hello. Tamalai.
I make หมูกระทะ in Thailand.
Oh, there you go. Hugh Mai.
หิว
No. Thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.